CM Punk follows up explosive AEW comments. Plus, Chris Jericho has responded to CM Punk's call out, and an absent WWE star may have confirmed their departure. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Last night, heading off to bed, said goodnight to the cat, turned on the dishwasher, phone dings. CM Punk is at it again.
Bloody hell, Phil.
Oh.
Come on, Phil.
So for those who haven't seen the story, the eruptions, recap it for us, Andrew.
Let's recap it. So basically, so in a now deleted Instagram post, in response to comments made by Mr. Ravy Davey Meltzer about his brief match with Jon Moxley ahead of AEW All Out, CM Punk had this to say. He said, "I wasn't cleared to come back to wrestle yet. The plan was to wrestle at the pay-per-view. I sat and listened to Moxley's Rocky 3 idea. I explained how I'd never seen a Rocky movie and thought the idea sucked. But if this is what the boss wanted to do, whatever, I'll do it." He said he wouldn't lose to me. I'd never experienced someone refusing to lose to me. I just laughed. I asked Tony if this was what he wanted. He said yes. He's the boss, so I said okay, but I'd need to be cleared first. They kept saying it could just be a squash, so I didn't need to be cleared. I scoffed at that. My health is more important. Dave Meltzer is a liar. Jericho is a liar and a stooge. There were plans, but plans always change, but I'll never put a company above my health ever again.
Some choice reading from CM Punk, who deleted that Instagram story moments later, but you never truly delete anything on the internet, do you?
No.
CM Punk followed up once the Instagram post blew up. He followed up with another Instagram story, this time featuring Roger Murta and his line from Lethal Weapon, "I'm too old for this, SH1T." So you might not have seen Rocky, but he has seen Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
So that's good. Chris Jericho responded in a rather peculiar way as well. Alluding to the deleted Instagram story, he shared a Matt Hardy delete gif on his own Instagram.
I did. Tom, I don't know where to stand on this. I think both sides look awful in terms of if AEW and Tony Khan did say, "Punk, you're working and you're not medically cleared," that looks horrendous for them. And then at the same time, CM Punk just seems like an angsty teenager who just won't let things go to rest.
I mean, there's a lot of people that have said similar to the latter. There's been a lot of conversation online since last night, and you know what? You'll have your opinions by now, and I'm sure that as the hours go on, we'll hear from more wrestlers and more people within both AEW and maybe within WWE as well. We know that Fightful Select and other sites have reached out to AEW for comments. We're waiting to hear more from that, and of course, when we know more, we will let you know more via cultaholic.com. Let's move on to some wrestling news outside of Instagram stories.
Yes.
To Mercedes Money.
Money.
First title defense confirmed.
Yeah, New Japan Pro Wrestling revealed on their social accounts that she has accepted the challenge of both Azumi and Hazuki meeting in the three-way at New Japan Sakura Genesis on April 8th. And that is going to be a tasty, tasty treat, Tom, let me tell you that.
Big fan of that.
Now, the winner of that match, however, will defend the title against Mayu Iwatani at Stardom's Yokohama Arena on April 23rd as well, which is also going to be a fantastic match. Whoever wins that, I'm assuming it's going to be Mercedes Moné.
This is the beginning, This is the beginning of Mercedes Moné grand plan to tour the world as IWGP Women's Champion, taking on all challenges. I really like this because there's not many times where you see promotions in Japan, in particular in New Japan, leaning into three-way matches.
No, yeah, and that's a really exciting thing too. And you've got Azumi and Hazuki in that match as well. Two phenomenal names. If you're not familiar with them, look them up on YouTube. They are incredible. And to see Mercedes Moné have these matches with these incredible talents, I'm really looking forward to, because obviously different styles coming from WWE, go over to Japan, different styles there, and I'm excited to see how she melds with them, especially in a three-way too. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. That sounds awful. That sounds in a weird way, not in a weird way.
I knew what you meant.
In a wrestling sense, all right, everybody. I can't wait to see what they get up to.
You monster. So we know what Mercedes and Monet's year is looking like. What of Naomi, aka Trinity Fatu, who both her and formerly Sasha Banks left WWE over creative differences last year. Now we know what Monet's doing. We know Trinity Fatu will be part of WrestleCon in LA next week. One person in the comments of the Instagram post where she announces this asked if Naomi was still part of WWE. Naomi simply responded, "No, friend."
Well, that's
no,
it.
Friend. So that kind of sort of draws a line under that. If we thought that we'd see more of Trinity Fatu, Naomi as part of WWE, it's looking increasingly like that's not the case. You know, no friend says quite a lot.
Unless it's just a means to throw people off before we've heard that there's going to be surprises.
Are we being worked?
There's going to be surprises after WrestleMania 39 and maybe something happens there. Maybe I'm thinking too much about that and maybe it's too much wishful thinking on my behalf. But you know, people like to throw others off the scent all the time when it comes to wrestling and returns and debuts and all that kind of thing. So it obviously remains to be seen. We've not got long to wait though, since it's like WrestleMania's next weekend, and then usually we see all the surprises on the Raw after Mania, don't we? So,
but should Trinity Fatu not return to WWE, where would we like to see her return or turn up at?
I wouldn't mind her like turning up like Mercedes Moné, maybe going to New Japan, going in Japan and sort of teaming with her friend again, and seeing stuff like that. I reckon. What about you?
I think Stardom. I think Naomi in Stardom would be a lot of fun. I think there's certainly something to be said for. I think there'll be a lot of people that will go AEW, Ring of Honor, but I think there's enough going on there right now, and I would worry that she might get a bit lost in the shuffle there. But to go somewhere like Stardom, I think there's some real potential for some unique crossover matches there.
Yeah, definitely.
And more of that crossover appeal. We know that Mercedes Moné coming in and becoming the IWGP Women's Champion so quickly is a part of a bigger picture for New Japan of putting their newfound IWGP Women's title on the map.
Yeah.
And doing so with someone like that. And I think having Naomi over there as well to do stuff, I think would be a great shout. I'd love for her to do that. And I think it's one of those places that you could imagine it becoming very creatively fulfilled as well.
Yeah, definitely. And then there's a little pay-per-view called Forbidden Door as well, which you could see people crossing over into. Couldn't we too? So lots of fun things. I hope whatever she decides to do is the right thing for her and she enjoys herself at the end of the day. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Exactly. It's all about having fun.
It is.
Trinity Fatu's next steps still a little bit uncertain. What is not uncertain though, you could say it's certain, is WrestleMania is next weekend. Loads of content happening next week. It's going to be a busy week.
Oh my goodness.
Wrestling goodness, isn't it?
It certainly is. Not only that, there's Stand and Deliver happening at that weekend as well. Bloody hell. Fire, Tom.
We'll keep across it all. Wrestling news every day next week. We'll have 9 pitches for WrestleMania, predictions for WrestleMania, live night 1 and night 2 reactions from the team as well. WTF moments following that. And of course, what happened at WrestleMania night 1 and WrestleMania night 2. So much coming at you. I hope you all stick around and join us all next week. It is genuinely the most exciting week in wrestling on the horizon. It's one where, you know what, we complain about it, but it's genuinely a champagne problem. We're going to get very little sleep next week.
We are.
Because it's all guns a-blazing for an incredible week of wrestling. I'm buzzing for it.
I'm buzzing for it because this could shape just what we've had in WWE for the longest time with the bloodline and stuff. It could be a historical moment for many people.
Historical or hysterical. We will all find out together. That's next week. Loads of good stuff. Stay tuned to Cultaholic to find out more. And for the latest wrestling news throughout every day, you can find it at cultaholic.com. Case.
I love you. Bye.